and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends, and don't forget to share the link in all kind of network. It's very important for us actually to share what we do here, because the more we get people here, the more people learn. It's not about numbers as much as about sharing knowledge. Remember, numbers doesn't count. Quality always count. The reason actually I'm late, I don't really prepare for what I do. I mean, I saw a comment yesterday, and the Muslim, he posted a comment, but looked like he deleted it, and all this time I'm looking for it, trying to find it, I cannot find it, because I told him I'm going to wait for my answer. He said, imagine you are in a boat. This is at the beginning of his, it's like long article. Muslims, they are very good in copy and paste. Imagine if you are in a boat. Don't you want to know where you're going? I don't know. The Muslims, I assume that Muslims are a nation, assume with experience, let us say. They are people who don't listen. They don't. Nobody want to listen. Don't you want to know where you're going? I mean, how many times we repeat for them that you Muslims believe in fate, not in choice? Which means it's not you who decide where you're going, and you do not know where you're going. If somebody can tell me where I can find the comment in the 2 previous videos, I cannot find it really. I don't know. Maybe he deleted. Maybe in one of the response, it was not a direct post, because it doesn't show right away. When a Muslim, he give us a speech, and they are emotional people, supposedly. Don't you want to know where you're going? Imagine you are in a boat. Don't you want to know? Look who is talking about who is going where. We have your prophet is telling us how it works. So you as a Muhammad, and you are the last one to tell anyone where you're going. Read carefully what your prophet said. They decide to be deaf. You see, Muhammadan, they are people who they block their ears, and they don't want even to hear their prophet, not me. Don't listen to me. So when you post an article in the length of a journal, the guy he posted, I think he posted the whole website. It's not a comment. Imagine yourself in a boat. Don't you want to know where you're going? Okay, and Islam will tell you where you're going. Let us read what Muhammad's saying. So all your article, which is I don't know how many 100 line or 50 line or 60 line, and I was scrolling down. When this post will end, it's a comment, supposedly. Copy paste nation. Read carefully with me. How many times we need to repeat this to you every day? How long you will stay ignorant? You do not know where you're going as a Muslim. According to your religion, your prophet explained where you're going. He is saying to you clearly and loudly, we don't know. Because it's based on your luck. If Allah decides to send you to hell, you are going to go to hell. It's not what you do. Muhammad is swearing by Allah, not Christian Prince. Look like even Muhammad don't count for them. I think Muslims don't believe in Muhammad no more. Muhammad is a stupid idiot, and we will not listen to him. Muhammad taken an oath by Allah, the fabricated God. By Allah, a person among you, or a man, may do the deeds of people of fire, till there is one only a cubit, an arm breadth distance. Almost you are there, 90, and less than a meter distance between you and the gate of heaven, or the gate of hell. And then that is written, which Allah had ordered the angels to write, proceed, and he does the deeds of people of paradise, and he entered it. So let us say, assume that Muslims, they speak that you have to have a good deed, you have to be a good person, which is false. And we can prove that all of this is a false good person. In Islam, there's no teaching of a good person. They say to you, don't drink, that will make you good, but beat your wife. Well, as I know, a person who is drunk, he might beat his wife, true, but a person who is not a drunk, how is God say to him, beat your wife? Obviously, the God himself is a drunk. What kind of a person? He claimed to be God, teaching me how to fix my family, and I fix my family by beating my wife. Or what kind of God he says, a man is lawful for him to lie in 3 cases, starting from his family. I mean, what lying, a wife lying to her husband and a husband lying to his wife. What kind of a family we have? So when they speak about Islam, teach us how to have a good manner. Where is the manner if you don't even cannot be honest with your wife, the one you kiss her, the one she have babies from you, the mother of your children, the one you should trust for all your secrets, the one who she can count how many breath you have when you are sleeping. Even this woman, you lie to her. And this is the rules of Islam. And then we find that if you are a person who go, let us say, you know, you are not following Muhammad, you don't pray, you don't go to Hajj, you don't do jihad, you don't hate Christian Prince, you don't want to kill him, and then there is a 1 meter distance between you and hellfire, and then, brother and sisters, then brother, but then, which was written by Allah will take over. Proceed. Action, action. And he does the deeds of the people of paradise, and he entered. I feel like I'm crying. So the idiot who was praying all his life, he might go to hell. And the idiot who was not praying his life, he might go to heaven. I mean, look at this drama. And then Muhammad, he continue, and a man may do the deeds of people of paradise till there's only a cubit or 2 between him and paradise. And then the writing proceed, and he does the deeds of people of hellfire, of fire, and he enter it. Here we have a guy who joined ISIS, Al-Qaeda, he go to Hajj, he threat to kill Christian Prince, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he do whatever he can do to protect Allah, because Allah is a pagan God, need protection. The true God do not need protection. So this person doing jihad, praying to Allah, shaving his pubic area, and drinking camel urine. Perfect Muslim. And when he died, they put a piece of cotton in his anus. Why? Because there's 99 dragons will go inside his anus. True story. I mean, obviously, the Prophet is right. If you put a piece of cotton in your anus, the dragon cannot get in. Look like the dragon, he have a weakness spot. Cotton. You put a cotton there, you are safe. And actually, Muhammad, he gave them more security too. He says, if you are a person who read this Quran, your button is protected. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid, silly religion like this? If you read their scriptures, as they call it scriptures, then your anus is protected. I mean, how stupid you are, even to insult your book, to say reading Quran, protect your anus. Obviously, my anus is so much protected, nobody read Quran as I do. I read it every day. "99 dragons, every dragon have 9 heads, or 7 heads, depending on the story, because Muhammad, he cannot repeat the same story twice correctly. So, based on what your prophet said, not what I said, because now he will say to me, Christian Prince, you are giving false interpretation. Even this one need interpretation? Even this one need interpretation? So stop coming and saying to people, Islam will save your life. Islam is a guidance. Islam, if you pray, if you convert, if you etc., it's a joke, it's a lie. As you see, your prophet, he told us what Islam is about. Islam is nothing. Islam, there's a God, he is drunk, and he have a bullet in his gun. And he keeps shoot. The lucky one is the one who is then got shot, he go to heaven. So let us say one space is empty and one space have a bullet. So he keep rooting his gun. Ah, I killed you, you go to hell. You are lucky, there's no bullet. Because as you see, it's a fate. So all the Islamic propaganda machine is the most stupid propaganda machine ever. Now the guy, the same guy, which I cannot find his comment, he said, do you know that there's 2 verses is missing in the Bible? I mean, look at the Muslim who is talking. A Muslim speaking about 2 verses are missing in the Bible. This, he said, in one translation, they are not there. My friend, let us say for the sake of argument, the whole book you mentioned is not there. Nothing will change. Not 2 verses. If we take that book, I think he was quoting from 1 John. I think I forgot where he quoted from. And he said there's a translation. It's a translation, first of all. Secondly, let us say for the sake of argument, there is such a thing. How you as a Muslim talk about such a thing? Because always this will backfire on you. And I will tell you why. When the Muslim, he come to us and he say the Bible is corrupted, what Christians they do usually? Ask any Christian, go to any Christian channel, YouTube, whatever. For years and years I keep repeating to Christians, don't do this. Don't defend the Bible. You do not need to defend the Bible. They just gave you actually a bullet to shoot Muhammad in his bum. When the Muslims, he say to us that the Christian Bible is corrupted, he is not talking about your book. He's talking about a book sent by Allah. For the Muslim believe that Allah, he sent a book, it's called Injil. So what's your problem as a Christian? Why you Christian, you jump to a conclusion that he is talking about your book? Remember, those are not atheists or Hindus. Those people, they believe that their God is the one who sent a prophet. His name is Isa. And this Isa, Allah, he gave him a book. It's called Injil. That's wonderful. And this Injil, a Muslim, he says to you, it's corrupt. Okay, what's your problem? Do you believe in Isa first? No. Do you believe that the God of Islam gave us a book? No. So the Muslim is talking about his own God, his own book, not about mine. However, this is against him, not against me. Because if Allah, he sent down the Injil, as you see in all those verses in the Quran, who is the one should protect the book? This is not my book. This is the book of Allah, supposedly. So when a foolish Muhammadan, he says to you, the Injil is corrupted, he is speaking and making fun of his God, say yes. Absolutely. Your stupid God, he is so weak to the point he cannot even protect a page. In the same time, how the Quran keeps saying that Allah is, Allah himself is confirming the book which was between their hands. You see here the translation says, confirming what came before it. It doesn't say that. They are liars, deceivers. It says, مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, confirming what is between his hands. You can copy this and take it to Google Translation right now, and you will see how they lie in the translation. So the stupid book says that the Bible is confirmed to be a true book of God. If this is our Bible, supposedly, And this is 600 years after Jesus. This verse came down 600 years after Jesus, where the Bible is all over the world. So how a Muhammadan, he says something against his own book? And if I ask the Muhammadan, and every Muhammadan, he is now with us in the chat, can a Muslim show me where Muhammad, he says the Bible is corrupt? They cannot. Let me show you what they will show you. But first, let us change the translator here just to show you how the corruption of this religion work. Why they put what came before him, they did not put what between his hand. Why they change the words? There's a huge difference between what came before him and what is between his hands. Why the word between his hands disappear? Look, what came before it. This is another translation. Let us choose a different one. Muhammad Asad. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy. Look at this scumbag. Which confirming whatever still remains. I mean, they speak about corruption of books. I mean, who is the corrupt? Who is the one who have no dignity? This is what the Quran is saying. Whatever remain. Who is a Muslim? He want to get me busted. Who is a Muslim who speak Arabic? He want to read for me the verse and translate to me where it says whatever left of it. Oh boy. What a religion. What a dignity. What, you know, this is a religion. The second you follow it, you became a certified liar. We change the translator, you will see that those words disappear. Let us go to Biktar. Let us see, Biktar, he will say whatever left over. Confirming what is revealed before it. The word between his hands is gone. It's not there. The word hand is not there. Nobody want to put it there. Let us change. Let us see. Sahih International. Confirming what was before it. Was. You see, was. Not what is between his hand now. No, was. Let us see more. Shakir. Verifying that which is before it. Look here. Look how the meaning changed. Verifying what was revealed before it. Verifying it. In order to verify something, it have to be between your hands. And this is what the Arabic says. We change the translation. Again. Maybe we can get lucky and find one of them he have little dignity. With the Hun Khan, what is that? Even your name is like a train. Confirming what? The truth which fulfills the predictions in the scriptures that preceded. What? This is have nothing to do with what the verse is saying. Oh boy. Alhamdulillah. This guy, his name is Alhamdulillah. Maybe this is a French. Hold on. German. We don't want German now. Let us go up. Maybe we can get lucky more. Muhababaraki. Okay. Confirming what came before it. Anyway, all of them, they are saying confirming what came before it. But what if we do right now in front of your eyes and we use Google Translation? Shall we? Let me open Google Translation page. It's a blind software. Will not take a side. It's not accurate, yes, but it will do the job. We will see if the word between his hands exists at least. Google Translation. All right, we open the page. We will copy in front of your eyes. Copy, paste. Let us open it. There we go. We will go to the verse. We will copy in front of you. Copy. And then we go to Google Translation. Send down to you the book of a truth, confirming what was between his hands. But what was between his hands? Muhammad is there. The translation is not accurate. مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, which is between his hands, the correct translation. So you notice that the word between his hands, confirming what is between his hands, is gone. The word hands is gone, between is gone. Why they do that? Because that will cause a trouble. However, no problem. If we go to different verse in the Quran, forget about this one. What about this one? All these verses saying, confirming what is with them. Now, it's not what Muhammad, you see, the verse we gave you before is about a Bible supposedly between the hands of Muhammad. He confirmed it. And when come to them, to the Jews and the Christians, he is putting between bracket words. It's not there. The word Jews is not there. So when it come to them, to the Jews, a book, the Quran, between two brackets, or from Allah confirming what is with them. Do you see it? So when a foolish Abdul all over the internet keeps saying, the Bible of the Christian brother and sister, it's proven to be corrupted. You eat it. So what we would do with your Quran? That's mean the Quran is corrupted. When your Quran confirm that the book which is between the hands of the Jews and the hand of the Christian, which mean both the Gospel and the Torah, is it true? And he confirming it. And this is 600 years. Don't you Muslim, you say the one who changed the Bible is Paul? Well, this is almost 600 years after Paul. And you're God confirming what Paul he said. So the Muslims, when they come to us and they speak about the Bible corruption, this is even against their God, because if this is true, that means their God is weak, he cannot protect his book. He is the one who sent the Injil according to them. And then this God, he cannot protect his book. And then you need to ask yourself, why does God, he don't protect his book? What is the problem? There's a video, let me see if I can find it. They ask Nu'man Khan, I have it open, I think. Let me see. This is a previous video from the last time. Let us close it. Okay. All right. They are asking Nu'man Khan a question. Why only the Quran is preserved? Why? The Muslim, he have an answer for that. This is easy. And Muhammad, and he knew everything. So why the only one who knows, the only book is preserved? Allah, he sent 124,000 prophet, which means 124,000 books. And then all the books of Allah are corrupted except one, brother. That make Allah the worst of librarian. Imagine you are a person who have a library and you are an author of books and you wrote 124,000 books, and you idiot, you did not protect your books, and the end you decide, you know what I'm doing, I'm being stupid here, I keep writing books and they keep corrupting it. I mean, what's wrong with me? I keep writing book after book after book after book, 124,000 books, and each time I send a book, they give me a finger. Right? So this is against them, not against us. The claim that the Bible is corrupt is against them. If you are a person who want to believe in God, that he sent 124,000 messengers with them 124,000 books, and he could not protect any book except the book is called the Quran. This is their claim. How stupid is that? Now listen carefully. I did not watch the video, by the way. I searched for the name, you know. I searched and I start the beginning of it, but I did not hear the answer yet. So let's see.
To ask question, let me seize this opportunity for a reason. As I'm a student of Bayyinah Online, I have benefited a lot from Quran Tafsir cover to cover series and Arabic Urdu Sunnah. MashaAllah, Jazakallah Khair Sheikh. Everybody here, please subscribe to Nouman Ali Khan, Facebook and Bayyinah. You will really know Allah's kalam word by word. and meaning by many.
I don't know. Is that in English? I'm not. Maybe I chose the wrong. You know, I don't know. You speak English?
And he has unearthed so many gems, mashallah.
Jazakallah khair. Can you put forward your question if you have one?
There is a numerous miracles in the Quran. One of the most miracle which I have been always wondering about is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has preserved this Quran for so many years till Day of Judgment. Why is it the other revelations like Injil and Torah is not preserved? Does it have any effect on the Quran, which is said it will not be preserved, and the Ummah is left in confusion?
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam. Jazakallahu khairan for your question. Allah Azza wa Jal, in His wisdom, gave the responsibility of protecting the revelation every time to the Ummah that it was given to.
Brothers and sisters, now the Muslim Muhammad will explain to you why Allah He don't protect the other books, because always He give the responsibility to the nation. He gave them the book. You are responsible. Let us open the Quran and laugh at this idiot, because what he is saying is hilarious and will expose the God of Islam. Oh boy. Read carefully with me and die laughing. Anyone notice with me how stupid this verse is? Who is the one will find me the $1,000 million word in this verse would destroy all of Islam? Would destroy the idea that there's a God, His name is Allah. Who can find me that word in this verse? Who want to help me? There's one word. One word would destroy everything about Islam. Just one word. Anyone can help me? Let us see who of you is very fast thinking person. One word only. Anyone knows? He just entrusted. Thank you, Tarivis. Entrusted. Do you know what entrusted mean? So when Allah He trusted the Jews or the Christians with the book, was He right? You know what trust mean? Trust mean, I trust you. I believe you are good to do the job. So what I do, I trust you. I give you the key of my house. I trust you to be a decent person. You will not do nothing wrong. This is what trust means. You go, you take your money to the bank because you trust the bank that anytime you want the money back, they give it to you. But trust is not absolute. When you speak to a human, why? Because a human can deceive, can lie, can cheat, can betray. Okay. But when God He trusts a person, don't Allah He knew that his trust is wrong? Because obviously, according to this guy, he is saying that Allah He gave the responsibility to protect the book, the Bible, the Torah to the people. But this means Allah is not God. Because obviously he is doing the wrong trust. When Allah He says, I trust you, and then we find that He cannot be trusted, that means Allah is just the same as us. He is He do mistakes and He was wrong. Do you see how? And this is destroyed that Allah is all-knowing. The Muslims, they keep saying to us, Allah is all-knowing. Allah is all-knowing. All-knowing what? Your God do not even know where the sperm is coming from. So this is a phrase which will give you the proof that Islam is stupid. In the same time, what we will do with that verses where it says that Allah confirming what is between their hands, confirming what is with them, what you will do with those verses. So when the Muslims, they say something, they speak against their own religion, they speak with their ignorance, and the Muslims are praising this guy, how smart he is. Allah, he trusted the Jews and the Christians to protect their book. How silly. Why don't Allah, he knew that he should not trust them if they are not trustworthy? And when you say he trusted a nation, I mean, how in the world anyone can believe in such a garbage? Because the whole nation agreed to change the book. Is the Christian one nation? Are we from one ethnic group, one color? Are we? So what do you mean he gave it to a nation? That explore another stupid things in the Quran. Why? Because the Quran says that Allah, he sent the book only to a nation who speak a tongue. Read carefully and see the stupidity again. Actually, when I say Muhammad is stupid, I'm insulting stupid ones. They might sue me because it's not fair. This guy is beyond stupidity. We send not a messenger except with the language of his people. So if the Injil is a book was sent to the people of Jesus, well, the people of Jesus, according to you Muslims, are Hebrew. So how come the book, his name is a Greek? Have you ever heard of a madness like this? Jesus was sent to the people of Israel, and yet his book is in Greek, because this is what the word Injil is. So imagine there is a messenger, his name is a Ching Chong Bruce Lee. Allah, he sent him to China, and Bruce Lee, they gave them a Greek book. Genius. But look, it says clearly, and we send not a messenger except with the language of his people. So he have to be from the people, speaking the tongue of the people. So when this edit, he says that, and the Quran says that Allah, he sent a book and trusted the nation with that book. That's mean Jesus, he been given a book, a Greek book, and he gave it to the Greek. And that's mean Jesus is not from Israel or born in Israel. He's a Greek. Hilarious. Isn't it hilarious? But this is what happened. The stupid Muhammad, he heard the Christians saying Injil, 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 the Greek word. He called it Injil too. And he said, Allah told me. He didn't know by choosing such a word, he just get himself busted in the same time. By the way, if there's any Muslim who would like to call me, I will open my Pal Talk anytime you want, if you like to challenge me. When the Quran says we send not a messenger except with the language of his people. So how Muhammad can be a messenger to a person speak Urdu? Or a Turkish guy, Aman Rabbi Aman, Baragam Baragam. Or somebody from Germany, Afshnachtischt. Or somebody from Russia, my name is Olga, from Russia. How Muhammad can be a messenger for them when the Quran says we never send a messenger unless he is from the people, speaking the tongue of the people. Never, never we send. The Muslim, they have an answer for you. They will say, oh, this is for all the Prophet before Muhammad. But Abdul, he said in the time of Muhammad, this is a message was given to Muhammad, not to someone after Muhammad. So he said we never sent, we never. Muhammad was sent already. Muhammad is already a messenger. So imagine I am already a messenger of Allah for the last 10 years. And then Allah, He says to me, we never send a messenger except in the language of His people, to people they can understand. And then I say to you, oh, He's speaking about people before me. How stupid are you? He just said, we never sent. Muhammad already is sent. Long time ago. And the Quran make it more clear, which actually this is the only place the Quran trying to be, let us say, logical. Look at this. Why Allah He never sent a messenger except He speak the tongue of the people and He is from the people, which means He is not a person who learn a language. He is a person, He is from the people. Listen carefully. This doesn't go for someone He speak a language of a nation. No. You have to be from the nation. The Quran is so clear. Even we don't agree with the Muslim Abdul translation, but even this one is so clear. And you can change the translation if you want. So there's two conditions for a messenger to be sent to a nation. He have to be a person who know the language of the people. And those are His people. Muhammad, he just lost the reason to be a prophet to any nation except the Arab. Correct? Muhammad, he lost the claim. Muhammad, he said that when he thought in the beginning he will not be successful even with the Arab. He was trying to present himself as an Arab messenger. And then suddenly Muhammad, he switched the switch. Suddenly he became for everybody. Everybody have to be subdued to Islam, otherwise die or give me your woman. Do you see it? And the Quran says, why Allah He will never send a messenger except speaking the tongue of His people, in order they might make the message clear for them. And here there's another dilemma of the stupid Muhammadan religion. I say the stupid Muhammadan religion because I'm talking about the Muhammadan religion, not the Muhammadan himself. Muhammadan are poor people. Stupid Muhammadan religion. This is the religion of stupidity. Because how you say, I'm going to make it clear for you, and yet those who speak Arabic, they do not know how to explain the Quran. Now look with me. The Quran now is in Arabic. And Allah is saying, we made it in the language so you might understand. Okay, do you Muslim understand? Forget about the one who don't speak Arabic. You Arab, do you understand? You don't. Even the Quran says so. Actually, there's a video. Let me see. Hold on. If I can find it. Oh boy. All right, let us see this one. Actually, this video here will fit perfectly with our topic. The video title is, we ask Allah tafsir of the last two verses of the chapter of the cow. The Zoo religion. Okay. Let us go to the topic. I'm going to forward.
My talk, I will share with you some parts of the theory and the principles of Quran study beyond this, the universal ulum al-Quran, the sciences of the study of Quran that many people are familiar with, especially those of you that study tafsir. I'm not going to make this an academic topic, by the way.
I will not make it academic topic, by the way. Supposedly he's academic, supposed like he is a high scholar. You're right. What a joker you are. I will not make it. You see, when they speak to you like from above and you are like down, you know, I will not make it academic because I know you are a bunch of goat who is listening. And the proof is what I will say. Because if those are listening are not a bunch of goats, they don't use their brain. How come nobody stands for him and says, are you stupid or what? This is the same guy in the same video where he says that Muhammad, he accepted Islam after the angel come to him and squeezed him. You remember? This is the same video. If you remember the moment, it was moment 23rd. He said the prophet, he became a Muslim. That means Muhammad, he was a pagan person all his life. And that can hurt the feeling of any Muslim, because this is destroy Islam. Muslim, they keep saying to us, Muhammad was Abrahamic. Muhammad was a believer. Muhammad, he followed Abraham. So why this guy is saying this?
The messenger believed in what was revealed to him. You know what's remarkable about that?
Yeah, tell us.
In the beginning of the surah, what are the first words? Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ.
No, hold on. I want to go back.
Jibreel first came
Okay.
to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam directly. Okay, bila hijab.
Allah spoke to Muhammad directly? Where?
He's telling him directly.
He's trained directly by giving him a delivery by a guy. I mean, have you ever heard of this directly? So somebody spoke to somebody, and that somebody spoke to somebody, and that means it's directly. True story.
The thing he tells him is that the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. See, if you're talking to someone,
Yeah.
if I talk to you, if you're, for example, a professor, I say you are sitting here. I don't say the professor is sitting here. Because if I'm talking to you, I use the second person. I don't use the third person. But Allah is talking to the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. What does he say? آمن الرسول. لا لم يقل آمنت. آمنت يخاطبه مباشرة. أليس كذلك? He's talking to him directly. He didn't say you believed. He said the Messenger believed.
Look at this. He didn't say to him, you believe. He said the messenger believed. Okay, what happened? Explain to us more.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَهَذَا تَكْرِيمًا لِلنَّبِي عَلَيْهِ الصَّلَاةُ وَالسَّلَامُ. Even in his presence, he speaks of him in the third person to honor him alayhi salatu wasalam.
Look at this.
The messenger is not just any messenger.
Absolutely.
The messenger believed.
I mean, come on. This is the messenger who used to be the most weak person in sexual intercourse. And then he invoked Allah, and Allah, he sent him a dish of shish kebab. He ate it, and he got the power of 40 men. I mean, there's no messenger like him. Have you ever heard of a messenger, he come with such a claim that he used to be the most weak person in sexual intercourse? And what is the solution? He prayed to Allah, and then Allah, he go to the kitchen. And then in the kitchen, he made for him a shish kebab. He sent it to him in a dish. Jibreel, he gave him the dish. He knocked at the door. Hey, Muhammad, I got something for you. Muhammad, he opened the dish. He ate the dish, and boing, boing. His holy penis is so powerful, became as powerful as 40 men. And by the way, I'm not going to ask the Muslims how they noticed that it's a power of 40 men. Like, did you bring competition and you have like 40 men having sex at the same time and Muhammad beat them all? And why 40 again? Is that Ali Baba and the 40 thief? Even when he gave him a dish, he stuck with the number 40. The power of 40 men. After eating a dish. The Muslim, they say, if Allah want to fix something, he say, B is going to be. How come Allah in this time, he is going to the kitchen making shish kebab? By the way, did he add the spice? And we can we trust the beef he sent us? Is it beef? Is it pork? Who in the world gonna believe that God, he sent a dish to somebody and that will make that body penis work? Oh, Muhammad said so. So when this guy, he say, no one like the Prophet, we agree. Continue, go ahead.
And Allah is letting him know that when Jibreel first came, alayhi salam, when Jibreel first came, even the messenger had to accept Islam. Like, you know, we say somebody converted to Islam, somebody reverted to Islam, somebody took Shahada.
Yeah.
Well, the messenger alayhi salatu wasalam also had to, in a sense, become Muslim.
So he became a Muslim, so he wasn't a Muslim. So the lies they say to us that Muhammad was Abrahamic all his life, Muhammad was following Abraham all his life, Muhammad was not a pagan all his life, is a lie. Here we go, you just heard it. Now he became a Muslim, because remember, the Muslim, they say Abraham was a Muslim. So if Muhammad was following Abraham, that's when he was a Muslim. But obviously he just said, no, he just became a Muslim. 40 years in age, he was not a Muslim. And even the Quran says that Muhammad was a lost person. If you remember, we have a Muslim, he called me, his name is Mustafa, I don't know if he's there. He said clearly that yes, the Prophet, he was lost. A Muslim is saying to us, Muhammad Abadi, I feel sorry for your fans. My friend, feel sorry for the penis of your Prophet first. We have a Prophet who his penis was not functioning. We have a Prophet, he go to the bed and he imagined himself having sex. He never did. Do you feel sorry for such a Prophet who was bewitched according to you? Who is the one going to be sorry for who? Brothers and sisters, we have an amazing Prophet, he was bewitched. Brother, what was the impact of his bewitching on the Prophet? Brother, nothing. Only his penis, brother. Look, what? And his brain. What? And his tongue. What? And his imagination. What is left? And you are feeling sorry for our fans? What about you? Why you don't call me and tell me how you feel about this story? That your Prophet, he used to imagine himself having sex, but in fact, there's no women there. Read it. Aisha, she said, not me. The Prophet continued for such and such a period, imagining that he had boom boom, sexual intercourse with his wife. In fact, he did not. In fact, what? He did not. Where is Mr. Abadi? Do you feel sorry for your Prophet? Imagine you are a Prophet of Allah and you are Muhammad. And you tell your wife, hey wife, how's the business we did? She said to you, what? Come on, we know, like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you know, like, what are you talking about? You did nothing. Then he go to the second wife. Hey, Hafsa, how is the boom boom, What boom boom? You did not even touch me for the last month. He go to the third wife, the fifth wife, the sixth wife, the seventh wife, the eighth wife, the ninth wife, the 10th wife, the 11th wife, the 12th wife. Shall we continue to tomorrow? And he was what? Imagining. He was what? Imagining. Now here we have another issue here. As long Muhammad is imagining and is proven to be illusional, how we can trust him that he was seeing an angel and he was seeing a messenger of God giving him Quran? The guy is proven in their books that he is crazy. He cannot recognize what is reality and what is fiction. To the point, Muhammad is a person who have no witnesses even for his sex. This is your book, and this is Sahih Bukhari. And this is Aisha. Are you going to say Aisha is not being fair? So how we can trust that Muhammad he saw? No, this is not what a dream. This is not what a dream. This guy is awake. This is not in a dream, because imagining, you see, he is thinking that he did it. He's lost. His brain is gone. This is not about a guy who saw a dream. No, this is different. This is why they are saying to you he was bewitched. If you see a dream, that doesn't make you. You see, the Arab, they call anyone who loses his mind. They can't explain why he is saying things or doing things. They say he was bewitched. As simple as that. Because physically he looked fine. And stupid things happen to him from time to time, not all the time. Like he do crazy stuff from time to time. But sometimes you speak to him, he's normal. And this is the situation of Muhammad. Now, if we go back to the video, which we are playing for you, I want to show you what this person he said about the Quran, and I want the Muslim to listen carefully. Remember, the video supposedly is about explaining 2 verses in the Quran. And remember, the Quran says, as we showed you, that Allah, He made the Quran clear to you. In order to make it clear, He made it in Arabic. An hour, 2 hours and 7-minute videos to explain 2 verses. Can you believe it? 2 hours and 7 minutes lecturer to explain 2 verses. Do you see how he cleared the Quran? And did he clear it? No, because we die laughing at it. Listen carefully what he will say in the beginning. I will go and let us see when he start.
Sheikh starts getting super high academic, then it's like he's releasing sleeping gas from his mouth, and you just inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, right? And so first thing you hear is inna alhamdulillah, and the next thing you hear is aqim salat. That's the only thing you hear. So
he's making fun of Islamic teachers. He says something, he ended because he explained nothing, and supposedly he is going to explain to us. Go ahead, mister. Yeah, stop making fun of the rest of the Muslims. He is the genius.
So we'll try not to do that, inshallah ta'ala. But anyway, one of the cool things I want to share with you is that one of the most fascinating studies in the Quran is actually how the surahs of the Quran are organized. And this is actually a number of different subjects together. The first subject is how are the surahs themselves organized? Fatiha is first, Baqarah is second, Ali Imran is third, etc., etc. Why are they in this order? Because from a Western academic standpoint, and by the way, the first time I studied Quran seriously, it was not from Muslims. It was from non-Muslims.
Take a note. The first time this person he studied Quran seriously, it was not from Muslims. Muslims never study Quran seriously. Their study is a joke. He learned it from us, how to study Quran seriously. Now listen carefully what he learned.
And when they study the Quran, they don't say, Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. They begin, like they study any literature, they start with criticism. We start, when we study the book of Allah, we begin with hamd, we begin with praise. We begin with iman, that this is the best, وَالرَّاسِخُونَ فِي الْعِلْمِ يَقُولُونَ آمَنَّا بِهِ كُلُّ مِنْ عِنْدِ رَبِّنَا. Okay, this is what we say. That's not what they say. They begin with criticism.
And the funny thing, suppose he is a smart teacher, but then he read in Arabic, or he say sentence in Arabic, but he don't translate it. But all the audience are English-speaking people. I mean, do you see the stupidity? This is the lack of intellect. Because when you quote, when you say something in Arabic, and all your audience are English-speaking people, and you don't translate what you just said, how stupid is that? What's the point of saying that sentence? Because you want to show he's a scholar, he knew Arabic. It's a show time.
Criticism, skepticism. And so the first exposure, one of the first serious exposures I had to the Quran was actually criticism. And the first criticism was the Quran is unorganized. The surahs are in this random order, and the subject keeps going from one to the other, and even they call them chapters of the Quran, right? That's what they call it. But they don't call it surah, they call it a chapter. Even though a chapter and a surah are not the same thing at all.
Hold on. They call it a chapter, they don't call it a surah. Why your God, he did not name every surah by surah? Why your Quran doesn't say this is the surah of the cow, as long you want them to use the word surah. Secondly, it's not a surah, it's a surah. Your prophet is copying the Aramaic. And he mentioned something very important, that those who study the Quran, right away they will find that the Quran is an organized book. Did you hear it, Muslims? And he agreed. And he will agree, and he will confirm that. There is a a study made by some German historian. They come with very clear, many good evidence actually, that the Quran was not even in Arabic. This is why we see the word surah in the Quran, you know, exist. This is the Aramaic way of saying the word. If you ask a Muslim, what is surah mean? What is surah mean? Is it a chapter? They say yes. But the Quran never came as a chapter. The guy now, he will tell you how surah work. What surah? What does the word surah mean? He said that the Western, they call it chapter, they don't call it surah. And he will say to you that there is a difference between them. What is the difference? Listen carefully.
The serious exposures I had to the Quran was actually criticism. And the first criticism was the Quran is unorganized. The surahs are in this random order, and the subject keeps going from one to the other, and even they call them chapters of the Quran, right? That's what they call it. But they don't call it surah, they call it a chapter. Even though a chapter and a surah are not the same thing at all. They're not the same. I personally don't agree with the translation of surah as chapter. I don't. Because there's a certain standard in literature for a chapter. A chapter has logical points that are made in chronology. And if a chapter, like chapter 5, is going to repeat something from chapter 3, they won't do it the same way. They'll just say, refer back to chapter 3.
Did you hear it, Muslims? This is an organized, smart, intelligent book. And instead of repeating the same stupid thing, we say to you, go and open page number, etc., in chapter, etc. The Quran doesn't do that. And he agreed that the Quran is suffering from the flight of thoughts because a topic have nothing to do with the next topic. So how this can be a book from God? And now he's saying, I don't agree with the chapter because the chapter will make the Quran a perfect organized book. The Quran is not. He just said that.
That's what chapters do. They're built chronologically. The other thing about chapters is you cannot begin a book with chapter 12. You can't do it. You have to begin with chapter what? 1. And 1 is the first thing the author writes. Then the author writes 2. Then the author writes 3. Then the author writes 4. And even the student has to study chapter 1 first, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4.
See?
But when the Quran was revealed, the first surah revealed, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Where is that in the Quran? Is that in the beginning?
No.
That's all the way at the end.
Exactly. This is how a smart, intelligent being, he write a book. So why the Quran is messed up? The first revelation supposedly given to Muhammad is not the first in the book. And we just heard him saying, when an author he write a book, he start with the chapter 1. You don't go and read the chapter 50, which is the last chapter in the book. But this is what the Muslim did. Allah supposedly he gave Muhammad the chapter of Iqra, the one where Muhammad being squeezed by the guy, the cave. And by the way, the Muslims are not in total agreement about which the first one Muhammad received. They have the different stories about it. But this is the majority. They say that the first one Muhammad received is this chapter. And if we go to the Quran, we will find it, as he said, at the end of the Quran. So how something who is supposedly in the beginning of the Quran become at the end of the Quran? Read carefully. This is chapter 96. This guy, he just destroyed all the claim of Muslims that the Quran is preserved. Because if you Muslim preserve the Quran, you don't change the words of the Quran location. If Allah he gave it to you first chapter, how you make it number 97? Who gave you authority? If Allah gave you authority, Muslims, show me. Go ahead. How the last chapter because this is almost at the end. You know, if we check here, you will see there's a few chapters left. This is 96, and the Quran is 114. And they are very small, tiny. The rest, like the one at the end, they are like nothing, stupid verses. I can't even call them verses or chapters. So how you preserve the Quran and yet you change the location of its chapters and verses? If we go to the Quran again, we will check this. Read carefully. In the Quran, in chapter 4, verse number 46, in chapter 5, verse number 13, in chapter 5, verse 41, it's speaking carefully that there's some of the Jews, the Quran used the word يُحَرِّفُونَ الْكَلَمَ عَنْ مَوَاضِعِهِ. They change the location of words from their location. They don't change the words. They don't change the words. But they change the location. If you go and read what the story here, you will see there's a Jew. He put his finger over a word. That is the change. He did not take the word. He did not move it by writing. He did not move it to different page. He did not move it to different chapter. No. He just put his finger over a verses or a verse, which about stoning to death for a woman or a punishment for adultery. So the Quran saying it's forbidden to change the location of God's words, even by putting your finger in the top of them. So how you Muslim, you change the whole chapters from their locations? Do we have any Muslim in the bushes? If the Quran confirms that a change in location of verses or words from their right place, and the story, the Jews did not even change it, there's just a guy, he put his finger in the top of a line so Muhammad cannot see it. Go and read the interpretation. Actually, there's a hadith about it. If that is a corruption, by putting your finger over a line in the book, claiming that this is a displace of the words from their location, how about the Muslims who changed the whole Quran location? Any Muhammadan? We just heard the guy saying, well, good books written in a certain way. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. The Quran, no. Chapter 1 became at the end. Okay, who threw it there? And if the Quran is forbidding you from doing such an act, how you do that? Who gave you the authority? Give me his name. The Caliphate? Is he the Prophet? Is he God? Is the Caliphate fixing Allah messed up book? Because this guy is saying to us that this is how the Quran is made today. Who made it this way? Let us hear more so we can laugh more.
So if you're studying Quran right now from the beginning, you're going to read the first revelation at the end of your journey. It's very different. So then the order is not even the order in which it was revealed. It's not chronological.
No, it's not.
The other problem is the order, you know, understandably the order.
Hold on. Did he say the other problem? Did I hear correctly that the person he just said, the other problem? Truth seeker, are you a Muslim, my friend? Are you a Muslim? Let me know if you're a Muslim. He just said the other problem By saying that, you just confirm that the Quran have many problems. He just counts for us number 1. And now we will go to problem number 2. So how this is a perfect book? And you are going to explain to us the amazing book, and you start with the problems. The problem which you are talking about is made by man or by God?
Order is not, it doesn't seem to be organized by subject. What that
Did you hear it? The Quran is a messed up book. It's not organized by subject. So why it is not? I mean, have you ever heard of a book? One phrase talking about how to make salad, the verse after it's speaking about oil leaking from the car. He just admitted this book is messed up. What is the second problem? Listen carefully. The second problem is the Quran is the book of no book. There's no book in the book. Chapters are not chapters, verses are not verses, topic is not there. So what is there? A crazy guy is talking. Say it again, please.
Then the author writes 2, then the author writes 3, then the author writes 4. And even the student has to study chapter 1 first, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. But when the Quran was revealed, the first surah revealed, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Where is that in the Quran? Is that in the beginning? That's all the way at the end. So if you're studying Quran right now from the beginning, you're going to read the first revelation at the end of your journey. It's very different. So then the order is not even the order in which it was revealed. It's not chronological. The other problem is the order, understandably the order is not, it doesn't seem to be organized by subject. What that
It doesn't seem to be organized by subject. So Allah was wrong. Stupid God. We have to fix what he did. But even after we made the book for him a book, still it's messed up. Tell us more.
that means is that the subject matter in the Quran, like in Surah Al-Baqarah, today we're talking about Surah Al-Baqarah, the biggest surah of the Quran, 286 ayat, revealed over several years. One part of it is actually Makki, the last.
Hold on. Guys, did you just hear what he said? Did you just hear? This is a chapter revealed over many years. So how it became a chapter? Muhammad was not receiving chapters. He did not. Muhammad was just receiving Quran. So who are you and who is the one who put those verses, the one you called them Al-Baqarah, together? If Allah did not give him those verses together, he received them within years, and within those years he received many other verses exist in other chapters. So who is the one who decide where to put this verse and that verse? If you want to say to me Muhammad he decided, that means Muhammad is stupid, because you just admitted it's not organized. So what is the reason to put them together? Stupidity. We just heard him saying that obviously seemed like the book is not topic organized. Wonderful. So who decide to put those verses together and make them a chapter? Are we making a salad dish? Is that a book of God, or we as a believers we decide what to put there, what we put it? Oh, yeah, brother, we should move this verse and put it there. I think it's better. It's up to you, right? But we just showed you the verses from the Quran saying that those who change words from their location, they are bad people. Right? If this Christian prince was not a liar, he would provide the link A video? It's here. I will show you the link. Here we go. Guys, here we go. This is the link. I mean, look how stupid even they're coming. I'm playing the video, you idiot. Which one is more important, playing the video or giving you the link? Look how deep he is. As if I am making my own video. I mean, the guy is speaking in front of them in the video, and this is their own institute. The Bayyina Institute. 1.11 million subscriber. If he is not a liar, he will provide you with the link. If he is not a liar, I'm playing the video for them, and yet I'm a liar. I mean, can you believe it? If he is not a liar, he will provide you a video for the link. Genius. You just get me busted, man. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do. Guys, I have to go. Sorry. I mean, this guy, he got me busted. That's it. What I can say now. In one click, in 2 seconds, he got me busted, and I'm gone. If he's not a liar, he would provide a link to the video. Do you want to call me and sing it for us? You idiot, we are playing the video for you. Which one is more important? And how many times I say the video name? We will explain the last verses, 2 verses of the Surah of Al-Baqarah. The influence of camel urine. Continue, Abdul.
Last 2 ayat are Makki. These were revealed at the Mi'raj. So the most of the surah is revealed after the Prophet migrated, alayhi salatu wasalam. But 2 ayat are from before he migrated. So this surah took almost a decade. And some say the last ayat to be revealed in the Quran belonged to Baqarah. Which means it began when the Prophet was still in Mecca, and it went on for another decade. So this surah took a long time to come down. It didn't come down in one shot.
No.
Now, having said that,
okay,
Baqarah, if you study it in the beginning, it's believers and disbelievers, you know, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ. Believers and disbelievers. It talks about hypocrites, which is the third subject, right? You know, مَنْ يَقُولُ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. The hypocrites. Then it talks about the story of Adam alayhi salam. Then there's this huge section on the history of the Israelites, Banu Israel. Ya Bani Israel, اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم. A long section. And by the way, even inside that section, there is no chronology, meaning some of the events that happened in Jewish history later are mentioned before, and things that happened before are mentioned later. So it's not even chronological.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? This is the amazing book. It's called the Quran. Brother, did you see the video of the cat, the guy who heard the azan for the first time? And they put a picture for you of a guy, his mouth is open like, whoa! Like, what happened? Somebody give you a shot? Like corona shot, something? What happened? Why your mouth is open like this? He heard the azan, brother. They bring you a guy, he have a nice voice. This guy, whatever he say, is going to sound nice. This is why you will not find in any tourist area, like in Turkey or etc., you will find always they choose the best voice to recite the Quran. But the Quran inside, as you see, is the most stupid book. And because you don't understand, so you don't see the stupidity, you see the voice. How many people they enjoy, sadly, a singer singing the F word? And they dance with it. You have a nice voice, but he's using the SH word, the F word, the butt word, whatever word. Still, they are happy with it. They love it. If you can explain chapter 2, verse number 79. Okay, my friend, we will go back there. No worry, I will go there, I promise you. So, listen carefully, people. They admit that the Quran is a messed up book. Has no logic. when you open the Torah, you find the book of Genesis. We knew exactly what the book of Genesis is speaking about. Every book have a topic. Every book have an historic order. They can quote something from the previous book. That can happen. But the story is there, not in the quotation. Quotation is a quotation. The Quran is the most silly, stupid book. What this guy trying to say to you, if you read the Quran, you cannot understand anything. It's very confusing. It doesn't make any sense. But they are praising it, you know? They are praising it. And what he confirmed to us, actually, that the Muslims, they wrote the book by their hand. And this is why our brother there, he's keep asking me to read chapter 2, verse number 79, where it says, "We to those who write the scripture with their own hands." But this is the Muslims who did that. If we ask the Muslims, did Allah he send you a book written by his hand? They will say no. Do you have a book written even by the hand of Muhammad? They will say no. Do you have even a book written by the hand of Uthman? They will say no. So who wrote the book you have? When the Quran say clearly in chapter 2, verse number 79, there's a curse, there's a penalty, there's a punishment over those who write the book by their own hands. Let us find the verse. Read carefully. Then are we to those who write the book with their own hands. And then they say, this is from Allah. Perfectly made to expose Muhammadan. Perfectly made to expose the situation of the Quran. Do we have any Muslim want to say anything? It is you Muslim who wrote the book. It is you Muslims who messed up the book. It is you Muslims who took verses, add verses as you wish. Actually, I can show you a reference where Aisha, she said that the chapter of Al-Baqarah, the same chapter he's talking about, this guy in the video, the chapter of the cow, Baqarah mean cow, and the reason it's called cow, because Muhammad, he came with a story, a very stupid story, that there is a guy, he was killed, and then the Jews, they came to Moses, and he said to him, we don't know who killed him. So they want to find the killer. Allah told Moses, go and get some beef. Some they say a tail of a cow or ox or a penis or some part of the cow, and beat the guy with it. And this can be found in the same chapter, actually, if you go just a few verses before, verse number 73. And the verse says it clearly that this is how Allah, he raised people from death. How Allah, he raised people from death? Muslims, I'm not the one who's saying so. It's your book. It says, and this is how Allah, He raised people from death. Thus, read carefully, and thus Allah bring the dead to life. How? By the cow beating. I mean, if I am a Hindu, I will convert to Islam immediately. But you might be upset because you are a Hindu, they are killing the cow. Okay, I think that's not a good idea. This is how God, He bring people from death, bring some beef and beat the guy with it. My friend, the one who's inviting me to join whatever team you call them, how come the team don't dare to call me? They are the potato, the tiny, the little. They have to call the big guy. I'm here. Here we go. How come you are saying to me if you are sincere, but you don't ask them the question, if you are sincere to call yourself team, here we go, the guy, he go every day, he open his paltalk, he say he want to call me. You see how double standard you are? What, do you want someone like me to go chase kids? Call me, get your scholars. Get me busted. If you are sincere. Stop spamming the text. You know, they are silly, stupid people. If you are sincere. I'm reading your Quran. And if you believe I'm sincere or not, I just prove that you are not sincere. Because if you Muslims are sincere, you will not corrupt your book. If you Muslims are not sincere, you will not change the location of the verses. If you are sincere, you will not do what Allah forbid you from doing. You change, you write the Quran by your own hands. Did Allah allow you to write the Quran by your hands? Did He? So who care if you Muhammadan think I am sincere or not? For sure you will not accept what I am saying. But we are laughing. And people leave Islam left and right. And let me block you because you keep spending, you know, it's just a stupid kid. If you are sincere, call us. Here we go, I am here, call me. You know what? I will open just paltalk for you and for your team. Immediately. Let us see who is a sincere. I am the one who challenged you for years and years, and you potatoes don't dare to call me. Let us see who is sincere. The sincere is the one who says, okay, I'm going to call him. I am the one who make Muslims leave Islam. I don't care really what you say in your program about me. Prove me wrong. Call me. Here we go. My paltalk is open. Who is a Muslim who is sincere to call me? Any sincere Muslim? Or you are a chat hero? Nobody texting. I'm waiting. Sorry, not Skype. My paltalk is open. If any Muhammadan would like to call me, here we go. This is my paltalk. Let me show you the screen. It says a Christian Prince online. What do you want more? Call me, it will appear live on air and people will see it. Text me. Let us see the heroes. Let us see the sincere Muslims who they are willing to defend their religion. You are terrified. You speak about me in my back and you claim to be a hero. So when the Quran condemned those who write the book in their hand, but hold on, isn't it the Quran says that Allah is the one going to collect the Quran? Did He? Let's read together. Right? Read carefully. Chapter 75, verse number 17. Allah, He promised and he make it clear that it is him who will collect the Quran. Inna alayna jam'uhu wa qur'anahu. It is on us. Us who? And the funny here, the Muslims, they say we believe in monotheism, right? But Allah is always us. He's always us. You ask the Muslim why he's us, they say, oh, because he is, like, this is majestic. So are you saying to me that your Allah, he don't feel enough respect to himself if he is one? So he decided to call himself us. Hey, Mr. Us, how you doing? Do you feel better now? I'm calling you us. Allah is us. Allah don't feel he is respected enough if he is not calling himself us. Do you see it? How you say to us, we Muslim, we believe in monotheism, and your God is obsessed with us. It is us, it is we. What is wrong with you? When the Muslim, they say, Allah, he used us as a majestic king. Well, hold on. That means it's suitable for Allah to be more than one. Not to be one, because he is jealous from a king saying we. Allah is not self-confident. He don't think that he is okay if he say me. No, it's we. It's us. What an idiot. So, if you want to talk to a Muslim, call him Mr. Allah is us. How are you doing? How is your God us doing? Can I talk to Allah? Us, we hear you. Who is talking? Oh, Mr. Us, how are you? My name is Allah. But you just said us hear you. Yes, because it's not suitable for me to say me. Also, like, us, me, Allah. The thing stupid. Speak to me with respect. I am Allah. Okay, I'm confused now. Are you Allah or us? You put us if you don't say the word Allah. Okay, I'm not going to say the word Allah. So, Mr. Us, how are you doing? What's wrong with you? Don't use it this way. Okay, I'm confused. You said if I don't use the word Allah, I can use the word us. Exactly. Okay, and I just call you us. Yes, you did. So why you're upset? Because I can't call myself us. You don't call me us. What? What? Hello? Did you hang up on me, us? Hey, Mr. Us, are you there? Mr. Us? I think Us, he lost his connection. What's wrong with this religion? And even Mr. Us, in different verse in the Quran, if you remember, he go and he say, if Allah, he decide to have a partner, he will take this partner from us. Like, what the heck? So Allah is one, and now Allah will take a partner, and that partner is us. Is that a fake us or real us? Because remember, he's talking about having a partner, which is a wife. So Allah is like his two gender in the same time, like he is, or maybe he's like Shaitan, you know? Anyone know the story of Shaitan according to Muhammad? Who knows what the story of Shaitan? There's a verse in the Quran, look like Allah and Shaitan is the same. They are like they have two gender in the same time, maybe. Because if Allah is one, and then he will have sex with a woman, or a creature have a private part of female, whatever it is. And then he says, if we want to have sex, if we want to get married, if we want to have a girlfriend, we are going to have it with someone from us. From us. Okay, us who? I thought you are one. I thought us is just a word of majestic. Mr. Us? The logic of Muhammadan. Allah is one, but He is us. And He want to have sex with us. There's a verse in the Quran speaking about shaitan, he have a children's. And the Muslim, they try to find a solution for this. I mean, solution. This is the religion of solution. Islam is the solution. This is what they say to you. So how the Muslims, they come with the solution for this story, that shaitan, he have a children's. They said that shaitan, he had sex with himself. He had sex with who? With himself. Brother, how that happen, brother? It's very easy, brother. Let us open the interpretation. Okay, what it says in the interpretation? That shaitan, he have a penis in the right thigh and he have a vagina in the left thigh. So when he have intercourse nikah, he do if this with that and he shake his legs. Very simple. Look, and look how smart. They put them in the perfect location. The penis in the right thigh, facing a vagina in the left thigh. Shaitan, when I do boom boom, what he do? He shake his legs. He shake his legs like, okay, doing nikah now. And then he have orgasm, and then he make himself a pregnant. Very simple. And then what happened next to that, brother? I lost my voice. What a dirty topic. What a filthy religion. And what happened after that? Do he deliver like after 9 months? No, brother. He lay eggs. He what? He lay eggs. Eggs. Oh. He lay eggs. True story. Any Muslim will say I'm making up stories? Anyone? Let us see. وقال مجاهد, let us read together. وقال مجاهد إن إبليس أدخل فرجه في فرج نفسه فباض 5 بيضات فهذا أصل ذريته. Translation. Mujahid, he said that Iblis, he enter his farj, which is a private part, into the other farj, which is the vagina, the male, you know, and then he lay 5 eggs, and this is the origin of his children. And they said that Allah, he created for him in his right thigh a penis, and his left thigh a vagina, and he do nikah to this by that. Where's the Muslim? They say the word nikah mean marriage. Hey Muslims who keep saying to me the word nikah mean marriage, do you see it? فَهَوَ يَنْكَحُ هَذَا بِهَذَا. Shaitan, he was marrying his legs to each other. Do you see the word yankah? Muslim, do you see the word yankah? How you say to us that the word yankah mean marriage, and now shaitan is having sex with himself, and it says فَهُوَ يَنْكَحُ هَذَا بِهَذَا. So he, if this by that, this is what yankah mean, you liar. He go, your prophet got you busted. Your prophet got you busted. Where is the sincere Muslims? I open my Pearl Talk until now nobody is even texting. No sincere Muslims? Genius. They found a solution, and then the story continue. فيخرج له كل يوم 10 بيضات. Every day he lay down 10 eggs, and from every eggs, from each one of them, there's 70 male and female shaitan. Look at this, brother. I mean, look at this. Let's be honest here. This is a story by itself. Look how they organize the story. First, okay, how you can explain the stupid Muhammad saying that Allah, he sent shaitan down to earth alone. He did not send a female with him. Okay. And then he says he have children. How he got the children? So now we have to find a solution. We have to find a solution. The solution, brother, Allah created for him a penis in the right leg and a vagina in the left leg. And then he do nikah by his penis to his vagina by shaking them. And then he lay an egg, brother. And from every egg, he laid 10 eggs. And then from every egg, there is 70 male and female shaitan. And if we use Google Translation, you will see it. I can post the link for you. Let us see. I will copy the link and post it. Give me a second. And now let us go and do Google Translation. All right. It says here, let's see. Okay. He have his offspring. Let us see. Okay, they ask him, do Iblis have a wife? So how he have offspring? And then the guy, he said, truly, this is a wedding I did not witness. Unbelievable. Brother, do Iblis have a wife? The other said, brother, this is a wedding party I did not witness. Then it's mentioned, etc., that he have a spring. And then Mujahid said, the devil insert his vagina with his private part. He said, what? So he lay 5 eggs. And this is the origin of his offspring. Wonderful. And they say that Allah Almighty created for him a penis in his right thigh and a vagina in the left thigh. And he do nikah by ifing this, by that. And then from every egg, he laid 10 eggs every day. He produced 10 eggs. And from every egg, there is 70 satan, female and male satan. And this is how we start having babies. And let me now give you the link so you can save it and you can use Google Translation if you wish to do so. And this is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Okay. Somebody you want to debate? Okay. We tried to call him, it's not working. He want to debate. We call him, it's not working. I just called you, Mr. Busted TV. I mean, your name is so strong, Busted TV. I just called you. It says you need to update. Obviously, you are using a storing software mostly. I told you you need to use your computer so I can call you. So download Paltalk in your computer and I will call you immediately. All right? I call you. It says call is rejected. And it gives me the reason why. You have to update. Obviously, your software is maybe storing one. So going back to the corruption and preservation of the Quran. Do you know that Aisha, when she said that the Quran, the chapter, this guy he was talking about, the cow, used to be equal to the chapter of Al-Ahzab? If we go right now to the chapter of Al-Ahzab, all right, and we try to count how many verses there. This is Al-Ahzab chapter number 33. If we go down to the end, we will find, sorry, this is 73 verses. Okay, 70 what? 73 verses. Aisha, she said that the chapter of Al-Ahzab used to be equal to the chapter of the cow. How many verses are missing, Muslims? Any Muslim can help us? Was Aisha lying? Who is a Muslim is willing to call me and tell me Aisha is a big fat liar? I don't mind if you say so. You can refute me by just saying Aisha is a big fat liar. Who wanna call me and get me busted? Anyone? Who is a Muslim wanna call me and get me busted? Aisha, she said that the chapter of Al-Ahzab is equal or was equal to the chapter of the cow. The cow chapter, as you see here, let's go to the end. This website is not fast enough to scroll all the way down. Okay. You can open it from your side anyway. 286 verses. 286 verses. This is the cow chapter. The Ahzab is 73 verses. So what we will do, very simple. We will take from 286 verses minus 73. There's 213 verses missing in one chapter alone. I want to call you, I love you. Okay, let me block you. I have some people who they are obsessed with me and they keep sending me messages, stupid messages. I love you. Actually, I received a message from a woman. She said, if anyone talk to you, I will kill her. Can you believe it? Crazy people. Drugs. Hashish. Khadija. Khadija is all over the place. Any Muslim have an answer? 200 what? 213 verses are missing in one chapter. Who said so? Aisha. True or false, Muslims? This is the book of As-Suyuti. And this is, by the way, is referred in many books. Al-Itqan fi Ulum al-Quran. Big scholar of Islam, As-Suyuti. It's not a joke. Not like those you see on YouTube. He have tons of books. He have a book about the F word. Boom, boom. Very interesting book. Present Islam as it is. Maybe one day I can translate it. volume number 1, page number 662. We go down. It says here. It's mentioned to us from Urwa ibn Zubayr, from Aisha. She said that the chapter of Al-Ahzab تقرأ في زمن النبي, it used to be recited in the time of the Prophet, 200 verses. 200 what? Verses. This is one of the hadith. And when Uthman, he wrote the book, listen carefully, she just said Uthman, the one who wrote the book. We could not find from it except what we have now. Different hadith. From, etc. It says that Aisha, she said, they used to be the chapter of Al-Ahzab counted as 72, 73. This is a person talking about what she said. If it was 73, 72, and then it says if it was equal to Al-Baqarah, and it was equal to Al-Baqarah, and we used to read there the chapter of Ar-Rajm. It's a chapter of stoning to death. This is missing too. Let us continue here. Here it says that we used to read there in the same chapter the verses about Ash-Shaykh wa Shaykha farjuhum. This is about stoning to death, is missing in the Quran. If you remember, this is the verse which is eaten by the goat, which is another proof that Islam is a joke when they say about preservation of the Quran. Yeah. But this is what the Muslims, they say to us, that the Quran was preserved. And then we find that the chapter of Al-Ahzab used to be equal to the chapter of Al-Baqarah. More than 200 verses are missing in one chapter alone. And by the way, I'm not a fan of approving the Quran to be corrupt, because what the point of approving a corrupt book to be corrupt anyway? Can you corrupt it twice? You know what I mean? It's like it's like a person saying to me, this is $1, which is fabricated, and then there's a guy, he made a copy of the fabricated dollar. With all of them, they are fabricated anyway. You know what I mean? There's no point for me. Actually, for me, I prefer to speak to a Muslim who believe the Quran is preserved 1000%. Do you know why? So when I show him the Quran saying stupid things about history, about science, about contradiction, he cannot say to me, oh, somebody play with it. It's for our benefit, actually, as a Christians, if the Muslims keep insisting that the Quran is preserved, even though it's not. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier because, you know, like, okay, if somebody came to me and says, well, in the Bible, there's someone saying this. I say, well, this someone saying this is his opinion, or this is what he say, or he was meditating. For me, what counts mostly is what God said. God said to Musa, this is God talking. Musa's talking to God, this is Musa saying. In the Quran, we don't have such a thing. Supposedly, the Muslims, they say, every word there is Allah is talking. And by the way, this is absolutely stupid. Anyone knows why? Anyone knows why? Because if the Quran is word by word from Allah, and nobody can make Quran, look, that's what the Quran says, that nobody can make a chapter like it. But we just heard the guy saying that Allah never gave a chapter. Correct? We just heard Nu'man Khan saying that nobody received a chapter. Muhammad never received a chapter. Because a chapter is something organized, chapter written all together, chapter is made together, not something suffering from flight of thought. And actually there's a clear proof that the Quran and the word surah is not a chapter. When the Muslims they translate the word chapter, they say surah means chapter, and that's why I say it's not surah. The Quran, when Allah He gave him to Muhammad, supposedly He did not give him chapters. Nowhere. If you go to chapter 11 verse number 13, it says, or they say he, to Muhammad, he forged the Quran. So people, they in the time of Muhammad, they accuse Muhammad that this is a fraud. In the time of Muhammad, the Muslim, they lie to us, they say, oh, when the Arab, they heard the Quran, they were amazed, etc. Look carefully what it says. The Quran says to them, well, if this is a fraud, then bring me 10 surahs. 10 what? Surahs. Correct? Do you see it? But there's no surahs as a chapters. There was verses. So surah here was presenting a verse. Muhammad, the idiot, he don't understand what surah mean. Because to say, bring me 10 surahs, you should have surahs first. Right? Now, anyone here can help me how we can defeat Muhammad right away with this verse. He just said, bring me 10 surahs, right? Bring me 10 surahs. Okay, what about 2 surahs? What about 1 surah? Why he said 10? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why he's asking for 10? I mean, Muhammad always stuck with number 7 or number 40. Now it is 10. Simply, Muhammad is trying to make it extremely stupid. Okay, bring me 10 like them. What about you say, bring me 1 like them? Why 10? Maybe they can make 1, and they can make 2, and they can make 3, and they can make 4, and they can make 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, but 10 they cannot. You see how stupid it is? However, let us prove that this is a stupid thing to say. Why? If we ask the Muslims who they are in the chat right now, hey Muslims, is the Quran word by word from Allah? Who want to help me? How many hours we are live on air? 2 hours and 30 minutes. Are we receiving great education, guys? This is a free school for everybody. Totally free. For the poor and for the rich. Are we learning? Give me 10 verses like it. Give me 10. It can't be 10. Surah cannot mean chapter because Muhammad did not have any chapter at that time. And even we heard the guy confirming that. He said that the chapter of the cow, Muhammad received it within more than a decade. So how Muhammad, he says, give me 10 chapters if you don't have chapters? But listen carefully. When the Muslims, they say, nobody can make Quran like Allah. Well, let me prove to you that Mary, she made Quran better than the Quran of Allah. Shall we? You know, human being sometimes is silly. He don't use his brain. This is chapter 19. Muslims, this chapter is chapter of what? The chapter of Mary, Maryam, the mother of Jesus, supposedly. Okay. Who is talking there? They said Allah. Hold on. Are you sure? Read carefully. Kaf, ha, ya, ain, sad, whatever. You know, Muhammad do not know what he's saying. This is something he copied from the book of Waraq ibn Nawfal. And remember when the Lord, he called who? Zechariah in secret. Huh? Okay. Who's talking? If Allah is talking, he will not say, remember when the Lord. If I am the Lord. Correct? And remember when his Lord called him, who is his Lord? Who's talking? The fool, they will say it's Allah, but doesn't make sense. Because Allah, if he is talking, he will not say his Lord. And then he said, okay, who is said? Who he said? Zechariah. Okay, how do you say that the Quran, nobody can make Quran? And this is what Zechariah said. Do you understand my point? Give me 10 surahs like it. Okay, here we go. This chapter in front of us, half of it is not Allah talking. If nobody can make Quran, so how Zechariah, he's making Quran? Because those are the words of Zechariah. He said, my Lord, indeed my bones have a growing. So this is Zechariah talking. But remember, you said nobody can make Quran like the Quran of Allah. And this is Zechariah talking again. And this is Zechariah talking again. And now, the one who is talking, we do not know. Look, they say between bracket and Allah, he said. Okay, how Allah, he said? Muslims, are you saying Allah, he speaks to Zechariah directly, but he never speaks to Muhammad directly? And here you need to ask yourself as a Christian, remember, this is very important, take a note of it. How come when we read the Bible, we don't see Jibreel coming to Jesus to deliver him a revelation? Anywhere in the Bible we see that Jesus, he received revelation from somebody? Anyone remember any verse? So if Muhammad is a prophet and he have the same God, how come Muhammad, he received every single revelation, as they call it, from a guy, his name is Jibreel? But here we see that Allah speaks to Zechariah, and then the Messiah says it clearly that I am the Word, I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, and he speaks with the authority, and he did not receive revelation. Yes, he said that everything I have is from my Father, because he's saying he's my Father. Even the Quran says when the child is born, that is the Messiah, he said from the cradle, I am the Messiah. He's born with the word of God in the Quran. Muhammad waited 40 years as a pagan, and then the angel came to him and he squeezed him, and now the angel delivering verses. How come Jesus do not need delivery? He's born with the word of God. Actually, the Quran says clearly that the Messiah is the word of God. And that is a copy of what the book of John says. In the beginning it was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is the God. The Word is God. And the Word became a flesh. So Jesus confirmed to be the walking, talking, living Word of God. Muhammad, claiming to be a messenger, and he challenged people to make Quran like this, and yet he is saying to us that the one who is talking there is Zechariah. Did Muhammad spoke to Allah in the Mi'raj? Well, there is some stories, some Muslims, they claim that he spoke, you know, but there's no way really to confirm such a thing, because if Allah, he speak to Muhammad directly in the Mi'raj, and that can be found in the Hadith, shouldn't we ask ourselves, what is the verses? Isn't it the word of Allah, which Muhammad, he said to, what Allah, he said to Muhammad is Quran? Are you listening to me? If what Allah, he says is the Holy Scriptures, okay, Muhammad, he went to Allah, okay, he received what from Allah? Muslim, they say he received scriptures, then that will be direct, right? Okay, what is that? Which one? Which one in the Quran, in the whole Quran, is what Allah, he said to Muhammad when he was in heaven? None. Getting my point? The one who have a Chinese, Korean name, I don't know how to read your name. Are you getting my point? If Allah, he spoke to Muhammad directly in the heaven, that should be Quran. Which one is important? The word of Allah delivered by Jibreel, an angel, or the word which Allah He spoke to you directly. So how come we cannot find it in the Quran? Do you remember the hadith? It says that Allah He gave Muhammad order to pray 50 times. Okay, where is the verse? How Allah gave it to him? Do you understand what I'm saying? If Allah He gave him a verse, then the verse should be there. This is all is fictions. So the Quran itself, the idea of the Quran is a word by Allah, and nobody can make Quran, is a stupid idea, because as you see, Zechariah is talking, Mary is talking, the angel is talking. So where is Allah? How you say to me, Shaitan is talking? Did the Quran include Shaitan talking? Any Muslim dare to say no? So how you say nobody can make Quran? If the Quran says Shaitan is talking. Here we go, Shaitan is making Quran. Allah said to Shaitan, what made you not to prostrate when I commanded you? Shaitan, he says, I am better than Adam. This is Quran. Do you see it? Shaitan is talking. So when they say to you that nobody can make Quran, brother, amazing, and we cry, they cry for the words of Shaitan. When the Shaykh he recite this verse, half of it is Allah is talking and half of it is Shaitan is talking, and you are crying. Who is the stupid here? Are we listening, people? Are we learning what we're trying to say? Stupid religion. Brother, I heard this surah, I was crying. Why you were crying? From Allah words or Shaitan words? Now, if you download this video, please do me a favor. Try to cut those topics like shorter. Like now we talk about this topic. Make it a topic about, okay, Muslims, they cry when they hear Quran. They cry because Allah words or Shaitan words. Obviously, the Muslim, they cry, doesn't matter what they hear. The Shaitan is talking. And how nobody can make Quran, and Allah and Shaitan is speaking in the Quran, and this is Quran. When Allah he says, Iblis said, that is Iblis talking. Do you see it? How nobody can make Quran? And hold on, here there's another question. Allah he end his sentence with in, the letter yan. Sajideen. Shaitan he end his sentence with yin too. Shaitan and Allah make a rap. Allah he said to him, why you don't eat fat rat? Shaitan he says to him, I cannot do that. Allah he says, why it's not very well cooked? He said to him, it's not well reserved and booked. I mean, what is this? Shaitan and Allah exchange a rap? Do you see the stupidity? So Allah make a rap, Shaitan he answer him by a rap. And nobody can make rap like Allah. And the Muslim, they hear this, they cry. What a stupid religion. Or what about Isa is talking, Moses is talking, Mary is talking, I mean everybody is talking. So how you say to me the Quran is the word of Allah? You see, when we say the book, the Injil or the Bible is the book of God, we don't mean that every word is said that God he said. Moses he said. Moses he said. Peter he said. Peter he sent letter. Peter is talking. Paul he sent letter. Paul is talking. When God he said to Moses, that is God is talking. When Moses he talked to God, that is Moses talking. Muslims with their madness, they lost their mind, believing that everything there is God is talking. And this is an amazing book. Nobody can make like it. And then we check out, we find this book is the most hilarious, stupid book. As an example, when Allah was talking, and he said the sun setting in murky water, or he found where the sun set. Suddenly the Muslims, they will say to you, no, you know, this is Alexander the Great, he thought, but Allah is talking what he thought, where it says he thought. Where is the word he thought? Why are you adding words? Allah is short of words? What do you mean he thought? Does it say there he thought? Can't Allah, he says, and if he thought, why Allah is even don't say, well, this was anyway, I mean, this is stupid. We corrected him. So if he thought, did Allah correct him? And why Allah didn't say he thought? Because the one who's talking is Allah. Until he reached the sitting place of the sun. Hey Muslims, where is the sitting place of the sun? He thought too? Allah is talking, Allah is saying, he keep going, boing. He arrived to the sitting place of the sun, where we can find that location. And then Allah speak about what he found, not what he thought. He said he found it sitting in a spring of boiling water. The Muslim, they lie to us. They say, oh, this is about, you know, when he went, you go to the ocean, you see the sun going down, you think it's going down in the water. Hold on. First of all, there's no ocean. It says a spring of water. Since when a spring of water is an ocean? Well, the story is saying here that there's a spring of boiling water where the sun goes every day. There's no ocean. Right? Love those who believe, who not believe in Allah. Guide into them. This is chapter 929. Are you sure? I know this guy is joking. Yeah. Don't say those things, by the way. I will block you. If you are just a joker and you put my name next to it and then you make me read your silly words, I will block you. Don't waste my time. Do you see the stupidity? And then the guy, he keep going until what? Until he found where the sun rise, the rising place of the sun. And again he found it. He found what? The rising place of the sun, the place. Until when he came to the rising place of the sun. Okay, hold on. What do you mean? Where is the rising place of the sun? Where we can find it? I thought the sun rises everywhere. Even in Alaska. Stupid religion. And then they say to you, can you make a book like this? No, I can't. If I make a book like this, people will die laughing at me. You have to be certified idiot to make a book like this. He found where the sun rises from, and he found where the sun set. And then the story go more complicated. There's a huge nation who they are 1,000 to 1 of us, which means if we are now 7 billions, they are 7 trillions. Where are they now, brother? Allah, He inspired Prophet Alexander the Great was a homosexual. Even this guy, he made him prophet. You know, this is nothing changed, by the way, in Islam. Anything is famous. They say after I die, they will say Christian Prince. He said Shahada. He gave a finger to Allah and he became a Muslim. Just wait. Any famous scientist, they make article that he converted to Islam. George Bernard Shaw, brother, he said that if the prophet exists now, he can solve the problem of the words in 10 minutes during the time to drink his coffee in the morning. Okay, where we can find this book? And I will not be surprised if they say that Christian Prince, when he was dying, you know, when he gave his last fart, his fart was saying, Subhanallah, I recorded it. See? They are obsessed. They look at the cloud, they say, look, it says Allah. They look at the tree is praising Allah. They look at the rabbit. Do you see what the rabbit he did when he heard the adhan? Well, my friend, your prophet, he heard the adhan every day, and what I know, he could not have sex since then. Obviously, the adhan is doing a great job. And he lost his mind, and he imagined himself having sex. And then Allah, when I fixed that, he sent him a dish of shish kebab. So he went... He kept walking and he found people who they are stupid. Like, hold on, he found what? Until he reached between two mountains. True story. Can you make Quran like this? You cannot. Isn't it obvious? You cannot. So my friend, the Quran is preserved. You like it, you don't. It's proving to be true.
Student of knowledge knows, who studies Ulum al-Quran, that the most difficult topics are ahruf and qira'at, and the concept of ahruf and the reality of ahruf, and the relationship of the Uthmanic Mus'haf with the ahruf, and the preservation of the ahruf. Is it 1? Is it 3? Is it 7? And the relationship of the qira'at to the ahruf. This is a topic that when you're the beginning student of knowledge, you're like, what is all of this going on here? When you go a little bit more, you learn to simply memorize what your teachers say and regurgitate it out. And you don't fully comprehend. When you do a deep dive is when things get very, very awkward and difficult.
Yeah, when you discover how, excuse me, how popo it is. When you do deep dive, you know, when you go inside the grave from outside look nice. Marble, there's flowers around it. The garden guys, he keep cutting the grass. They bury you under a tree. But the grave is a grave. That is Islam. That is Islam. Just do a deep dive and you so go crazy like them. Look, they are fighting over what his guy said because he said the truth. What he found, he discovered when he did deep dive, and by the way, he said he is certified in diving. Scuba diving, Scooby-Doo. So when Mr. Scooby-Doo decided to do Scooby diving, he discovered what?
And this isn't new. This is from the time of the Sahaba. This is not a joke, brothers and sisters. The issue of ahruf and qira'at caused confusion to somebody whom the Prophet ﷺ said, if you want to listen to the Quran directly, listen to Ubay. Ubay is not some even average Sahabi. He is the Qari of the Quran. He is the master. He is who he is. And he goes, فَدَخَلْ فِي نَفْسِي شَكْ.
The master of the Quran. The highest Muslim, they call him a master of the Quran, ever. This person, he have a doubt about Islam because of this. Muhammad, he could not repeat the same verse twice. So he claimed that Allah, he sent him 7 Quran in 7 way, which is the most 7 stupid excuse. Because if this is the case, why Allah did not give 7 Torah to Moses? Hey Isa, did Allah give you 7 Injil? All those garbage, madness stuff happened only with Muhammad. Allah give me 7 Quran. Why? Because he cannot repeat the same verse twice. They ask him in the morning to say the verse, he say it. Afternoon, say it, Muhammad. He said it differently. I said, what's wrong with you? Why it's different? He said, Allah, I don't tell you. Allah, He gave it to me 7-way. You know, 7-way.
What is all of this stuff? Again, this is you're asking some very honest questions. It's the first time I'm saying these things. Many people are aware who listen to my lectures that I've mentioned the crises that happened to me at Yale. This was the issue. That the issue of ahruf and preservation and qira'at and relationships between them, these are very, very difficult issues. And the most advanced of our scholars, they're not quite fully certain how to solve all of the
Did you hear? The most advanced, not the most advanced YouTuber, not the most advanced entity. Today I'm going to explain to you how to use iPhone. I got iPhone yesterday, and now I will do iPhone 11 and 11 12 according to the Quranic interpretation. First of all, iPhone is the product made by Allah, and the proof is the following. It said iPhone. Zakir, but Allah, He like to say we. Exactly. Allah, He did not like to call Himself we in the time because He was phoning us. Ah, that's deep. I never thought about it this way. So the most advanced scholars, not the most advanced YouTubers, they are so confused about the stupidity of Muhammad. What else? Tell us more.
all of the unanswered questions in there. Here's the point. These issues should only be discussed amongst people who know what the qira'at are and who understand some of these questions that are being
So
raised.
is what you're saying the shak that came, or not the shak, but the crisis that you had was in relation to this question of the relationship between the ahruf and the qira'at, basically?
No. The crisis I had wasn't that. The crisis I had was, well, yeah, wait, that was what generated. But what was the crisis? The crisis was very simple. Traditional understandings of ahruf and qira'at cannot answer some of these pressing questions that are now being poked by our people outside of, by our academics, by their academics outside of the faith tradition. You see, in a Muslim environment, there's always some respect that we have for the Quran. We should. In a Muslim environment, we'll press a little bit and then we'll say, okay, khalas, sami'na wa ata'na. And that's great, alhamdulillah. When you go
To explain to you what he said in Arabic, he said in Muslim environment, we say we heard and we obey, which means we don't discuss the stupid things is there. That is the truth. In Muslim environment, we don't question the stupidity. We heard and we obey. This is what he said in Arabic. Sami'na wa ata'na. We heard and we obey. But this is in Muslim environment. But if we want the truth, look what will happen.
to academia, they don't have that red line. And they're going to just, you know, the famous story of the emperor with no clothes. They're going to just point out, no, that doesn't make any sense. Well,
Did you hear what he said? The emperor with no clothes, this is Muhammad. Those people, they are not going, we obey and we heard. And we heard and we obey. And they will not say peace upon him. They will say the emperor is naked. Did you hear Yasir Qadi? The emperor is, your Muhammad is naked. That's what he said. Your prophet, false prophet Muhammad is naked. No bra, no panty, and no eyelashes no more. All the decoration you put in the top of him is not working. Peace be upon him. Allah praise him. Allah pray for him, not to him. All the madness you put around him to make him holy is naked now. Academia. The striptease club.
with no clothes. They're going to just point out, no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, and they're going to just, you know, the famous story of the emperor with no clothes. They're going to just point out, no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, that's not true, and this and that. And they'll bring issues, which I'm not going to mention explicitly, that you know are true because they're in your own books. They're not inventing anything new. They'll bring you riwayat and they'll bring...
It's in your own book. They are not bringing something new. It's where? It is in your own books. They are not bringing something new. When he say to you, your own books, it's been written by you, preserved by you, copied by you, and given to us by you. So why you get upset when we read to you what is you gave us? You. So this is the problem with the followers of the yo-yo God, Allah, who keep coming up down every third part of the night, as Muhammad said. Allah, the yo-yo God, he was a yo-yo in the hand of Muhammad. He bring him up, he bring him down. Muhammad, he make a verse, Allah told me about my private part. He used him for his private part, he used him for his zucchini, he used him for food, he used him for anything. Anything Muhammad want to give authority for himself, he said, the yo-yo God in my hand, he said to me this. Who dare to discuss? That's it, the yo-yo God says so. And this is what Yasir Qadhi is saying to you. You have a yo-yo God.
Because they're in your own books. They're not inventing anything new. They'll bring you riwayat and they'll bring you athar, and then you add to that very well-known issues of, I don't even want to be explicit. And then you bring on top of that makhtutat, and then. And it's very clear to you and to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say.
The standard narrative of Islam has holes. And the Muslim, they ate his face for saying this. If you go on YouTube right now, you will find tens of thousands of Muslims making videos against this guy. Before he said that, he was a scholar. He was the amazing guy. He was the most, he's a friend of Zakir Naik, brother. Zakir Naik, and Zakir Naik now is against him. He just said the truth. And then the guy, in order to fix it, he tried to fix it, but he make it more blind. So he make more videos to... So you Muslims, when you say to me your Quran is preserved, we die laughing. Your God, my friend, he could not even stop a goat from eating the Quran. I mean, forget about Christian Prince, the kuffar, they try to corrupt the book of Allah, blah, 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 blah. A goat. A goat. There's a YouTube. Okay, are we connected again? I hope so, because I lost connection for a minute or so. This is a hadith reported by Aisha that there is a goat. She entered the house of Muhammad. She entered the bedroom of Muhammad. She jumped in the top of Muhammad, because remember, Muhammad was dead. Where was Muhammad? He's dead. The verse of stoning and breastfeeding adult 10 times. And this is an amazing thing, by the way. There is a God. He wrote a book and he gave information, instruction, or Allah, he worked in the gym. And he is a gym instructor. And today he will teach you, if you are a female, go into the gym. Because you're not allowed to see men in the gym. So you have to feed every man there 10 times from your breast until he is satisfied in 10 different days. So Allah, he made a verse about it. Can you believe there's a book, they call it holy. It says, and the verse of a stoning and of a breastfeeding an adult revealed. Like what? Verse of what? Breastfeeding for adult? I'm angry. Very angry. Actually, I wanted to open a business in Las Vegas, but I could not find rich people to support my project. I was thinking to make a drive-through breastfeeding for adult. I mean, this is Las Vegas, hello? Like, and we will make it halal. Halal. You cannot see the women. You see only her boobs. Brother, our women, they don't shake hands. You can suck their nipples. Very conservative we are. You are very, very conservative religion. But you can suck the nipples of our wives and you can hold it too. It's okay. Because already, hello, come on, you have to hold them so you can suck it correctly. And then what happened? A goat, she entered the house. She jumped in the top of Muhammad, who is sleeping in the top of the pillow. Remember, Muhammad is dead. The verse of stoning and breastfeeding adult 10 times was revealed, and the paper was with me under my pillow. Muhammad, he sleep in the bed of Aisha, and actually Muslim, they confirm that Muhammad, he was buried in the same location, which is the bed of Aisha, where he died. So there's no question that Muhammad, he was there. So when the Messenger of Allah died, we were preoccupied with his death, and a tame sheep came and ate it. Meh. Okay, but how the goat ate it? Muhammad is sleeping and his head in the top of the pillow. So what the goat, she did, what an ugly goat, she jumped in the top of Muhammad, meh, and she pushed Muhammad away, Muhammad in the floor. She flipped the pillow. She got the paper, yummy, 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 and now the Quran is gone. And the Muslims are discussing, the Quran, brother, is preserved, brother. You eat it, don't you see? Even a goat ate the Quran. Who is a Muslim? This is a challenge for the Muslims who will watch this video. Who can recite for us the verses of 10-time breastfeeding so we can add them back in the Quran? Remember, the Muslims, they say to us that the Quran is preserved by their heart. They memorize it. Okay, the goat, she ate the paper. She did not eat your heart. Recite the verse for me. You know what I'm saying? As long as they say they memorize the Quran by their heart. The goat, she ate the paper. She did not eat your heart. Where is the verse? Who is a Muslim can call me or recite the verse of 10-time breastfeeding for adult, which was given to Muhammad by Allah? Remember, the Quran is preserved and nothing is missing. I'm not going to ask you about the stoning to death, because a Muslim, he can say to me, I know where it is. But so why is it not in the Quran? Isn't it amazing? The Muslim, they say to you, there's some verses is abrogated by recitation, but not by ruling. What? Why? Which kind of idiot, he make a law, he don't want to put it in the book of the law, but he wants you to follow the law. That is crazy. Any Muslim? All right, the video is getting longer, and now we are 3 hours. I will stop. Guys, I decided today to make it short. Only 3 hours. I need to learn how those guys, they can make a video for 15 minutes. Honestly, I want to learn to do that. 15-minute video. How you can do that? You know, like what happened to me, it's like you broke a faucet and the water keep coming, and it take you like 2 hours, 3 hours to fix it, to close it back. Information is keep coming. Oh, but I will try to make it shorter, you know. Maybe like, yeah, tomorrow I think I will make it short. Last time I said I will make it short, it was 5 hours and 30 minutes. It sounds like I am like Allah. I keep my promises. Yeah, I will try to make even, but what we will do, if we make short videos, I will repeat some topics, we mention them just to make them short. So those who watch the full video, they have a full understanding, but those who want like fast food, let us say, maybe we can make some shorter one. All right? Yeah, you see, because I have a passionate to share the truth, and I cannot stop with the time, even though timing is very comforting for me to make it 15 minutes and go and enjoy the rest of my day doing whatever I want to do. But I prefer to sit, break my back. It's not easy to sit for many hours, you know, on a chair. But I'm doing my best so you guys, you can have in the future, because time will come and Christian Prince will not be here. It's just a matter of time. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe 10 years, we don't know. But time will come, my friend. And there's nobody can explain to you what we're explaining. Because nobody is brave to say things the truth as it is. Nobody is bold to say things as it is. And if he is, how much he knew. What language he speak. So the Lord, he provide us with some gifts. Knowing, speaking the language of the devil, which is not really his language, it was our language, and he stole it from us, so we can expose his lies. So we will leave those videos behind when one day Christian Prince disappear. And those videos should stay forever by your support and by your help. So download them, share them. As you see, I don't keep my videos because YouTube is the devil sponsoring Islam. Yesterday we showed you the video where a Muslim, he called us animals, but YouTube will not consider it as a hate speech. But if I play his video, they will say this is hate speech. The devil is powerful, and he will try to stop you. Be consistent, be brave, and trust your Lord. If the Lord is with me, who could be against me? I don't care if it is YouTube. I don't care if it's a Twitter. You know, we knew their game. We knew how they are. We knew how filthy. We knew who sponsored them and what they sponsor. But that does not make them able to defeat us. We use them. You use even the tool of the devil to defeat the devil. They delete one account, 10 accounts, we make a new one. Who cares? And people will come. I will post in 10 minutes, says, hey, Christian Prince is there, and people will come. And I don't care really which account. This is, by the way, is not my main account. This is why it's a small account. I think I have like 45,000 only. But who cares? I don't even ask people to subscribe usually, because I am not a person who is here to make a channel. I am a person here to share knowledge. So I want to say thank you all for being here, and I trust you that you all will download the video, share it with your children, show them that they lie to you when they say the Quran is preserved. It's a joke. And the preserved Quran is a joke, regardless if it's preserved or not. We laugh at your Quran, the one you say it's preserved. The book of stupidity. History is wrong, science is wrong, language is wrong, nothing left to be right. Even the word Quran is wrong. Even the first verse in the Quran is wrong. Even the last verse in the Quran is wrong. I want to finish, but I just remember something which is important to mention. Just to show you how Islam is stupid and how the Quran cannot be a book of God. This guy was saying to us that the Quran is suffering from disorder. It's not organized. Read with me carefully. This is the chapter 5, verse number 3. You can read any translation you want. In this verse, Allah said to the Muslims, it's forbidden for you the blood of the dead meat, forbidden for you to eat pork, forbidden for you blah 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 food. It's just a menu of food. And then suddenly he says to them, today I completed my favor upon you, and I accepted Islam as religion for you. How that can be? Allah, He perfected Islam in chapter 5, verse number 3. And He say word by word, this day, Islam is perfect. So if Islam made perfect in this day, so why keep giving us more verses? You know what I mean? This verse should be the last verse in the Quran. The author is closing the book. The author, Jesus in the cross, he says today is completed. Correct? That is in the cross. This is the first stage as Jesus alive in the earth, and then he will be resurrected. This is the second stage. So today is complete. Everything is complete. The first stage. I promise you to come back. I came back to you. I told you I will be crucified. I told you that you would deny me 3 times. I told you who was going to deliver me. I told you what you will do to me. And everything I said to you happened. Perfect, complete. This verse must be the last verse in the Quran. And if it's the last verse, who put it here? And how you put it there, because you just made a big mistake. This doesn't make sense. You just destroyed the book. Because if we follow the book, and what the book is saying, that today I perfected Islam to you, completed my favor upon you. That means all the verses after are a joke. Because we do not need them. From here and before is Islam. The perfected Islam. After that is somebody adding things. How we can solve this problem? The answer is very simple. This is a stupid book. And there's no prophet who wrote it. And those are people who they are after Muhammad, God knows when. They start putting things together, claiming that Muhammad said so, Allah said so. But if Allah he said so, how Allah can be a fool and he say such a thing in a chapter? And look, even the chapter is about Jesus. Al-Ma'idah. Al-Ma'idah means the table, which is supposedly Allah he sent to Jesus. Jesus said to Allah, hey Allah, my disciples don't believe me. Can you send me? Because they asked me for a buffet. Okay, and they said to me, if your God is true, let him send us a buffet. Okay, so Allah, can you send me a buffet? And then Allah, he sent him 7 sandwiches. In every sandwich there's a whale. I'm not saying that, I can show the reference. So the chapter is about Jesus, and then you say to me, today I perfected Islam for you. And the verse saying, today I forbid you from eating swine. This is perfect Islam now. A sandwich. What is the connection? The only way to solve this problem, that this part of the verse is not part of the verse. And it's not even part of this chapter. It's not even part of that date. This is, as you see, a stupid cult. Nothing makes sense. Nothing. We open our Paltalk waiting for Muslims who they are sincere to call us and debate us and challenge us. As you see, none of them did. So I'm going to close my Paltalk. And now I want to say to you guys, thank you very much. I'm almost done. And when I say almost done, it means we have only 1 hour left. Okay? I'm almost done. Yeah, let me see. Do I remember anything else I want to add? No, it's enough for today. I think it's enough. Too much headache. Right? Too much headache. Anyway, may the Lord bless you all. We pray for the Muslims. We pray for everybody. We pray for the Hindus, for the Christians, for the Jews, for everybody who needs Jesus. We pray to the Lord, to the Messiah, that the Lord will forgive us for our sin. We are sinners, and we confess our sin to you. We are not proud of it, but we are sinners. And you are the one who said to the blind man, you are the one who said to the women, you are the one who said to the one who cannot walk, go and your sin is forgiven. We say to the Lord, say to those people, your sin is forgiven. Forgive them, Lord, and let them repent and come to you. Let the Muslims come to Jesus and see the truth, that he is the truth, he is the light, he is the Alpha and the Omega, and I am the resurrection, he said. If you are seeking resurrection, Muslims, Jesus is the one who will resurrect you. Face it. His name is holy. His act is holy. And right now, as we speak, even in your city book, he is in the holy heaven with the Holy Father. Stay away from the disgusting Muhammad, a person who did not leave any filthy sin he did not commit, from chasing children, to kidnapping, to raping, to stealing, even his own son, wife, he did not leave her alone. How dare you to follow someone like Muhammad and leave someone like the Messiah, who even your prophet said, when the devil he see him, the devil will melt like salt. When Muhammad he saw the devil delivered satanic verses in his mouth. When the devil will come to Jesus in the judgment day, as your prophet said, he will melt like salt. That is my Lord. Who is yours? Thank you. God bless you. And thank you for those who support us in downloading or even by donation. May the Lord bless you all. Christ is Lord. Islam is false. And we see you soon. Take care.